What's up, Scots Nation? Welcome back to Tartan Talk. You've all been anticipating it. Season 2 is finally here, and we're here today with the reigning CCS men's basketball champ, Coach Raul Placeres. Coach, can you tell us a little bit about your background?
Background, son of Cuban immigrant parents who migrated here in 1980. Gave me an opportunity to obviously have the American dream, and I've been very fortunate to have lived it, being able to go to a really good high school back home. Went to college, graduated, and now have been afforded the opportunity to lead a college program, going into my 6th year as a head coach, 14th overall here at the college, but this is my 19th year overall when you add high school. So yeah, man, that's my background. Proud to be Cuban American, and it's afforded me, this country has afforded me a lot of opportunities that I am obviously blessed with today, which is being a head coach of a college program.
So you talk about the influence that being Cuban American has had on you. What about your dad? He was here a couple of games ago.
Yeah, I've been blessed to have two really hard-working parents. We didn't have much growing up, but I always say it to our guys. I may not have had millions in the bank, but I was earning millions in regards to knowing the definition of hard work and consistency and family and how important all those traits are. And those are things that I have taken from both of my parents. Being as hardworking as them. I have a phrase here in my office that my father's greatest gift to me, that anyone could ever give me, was that he believed in me. But I could say that for both of my parents, and I'm just very fortunate that he was able to come and still be able to be part of my basketball journey. He was there. Him and my mom were there for me since I was 10 years old playing, and now I've gone over to the other side, pacing and up and down the sidelines, and they've been there for me every step of the way. So I'm just very fortunate and thankful for that.
What about your coaching background? You played for and coached with Coach Randy Lambert. How did that happen?
Yeah, I've had some really incredible mentors throughout my life, from my middle school coach Billy Long to my YMCA coach Billy Vargas. That was the foundation. They made me fall in love with the game, and I've taken that as I have gone and gotten older in this profession. But yeah, Coach Billy Long, Bill Vargas, Sergio Rocco, who was a longtime Division I coach, my junior college coach Tommy Dempsey. Coach Randy Lambert, who's in the Tennessee Hall of Fame, and I have copied and, taken from a lot, and taken a lot of stuff from a lot of other coaches throughout the years in regards to philosophy, offensive, defensive stuff. So, you can continue, even though you may not know someone, you can definitely continue to grow as a coach because you're learning from them. So I've been blessed to have some incredible mentors throughout my life.
Who would you say your greatest influence on your style of play is?
You're saying as style of play, as me as a when I played, or now as a coach? As a coach?
A coaching style.
Yeah, coaching style. I like to say I have my own unique style, but I've been a big fan of Rick Pitino for a long time. I think it's important to be really good on the defensive end, but at the same time, give your players the freedom to play. Again, I've borrowed from a lot of really good coaches, but I want to play fast. I want to play loose, but I want to play disciplined. Mm-hmm. Those are, it's kind of a conundrum with those words, but that's the way we play. And I think it really fits my personality, and it gives the guys on the floor a lot of freedom to play.
Rumor has it there's some Coach Placeres coaching instruction videos out there.
I don't know about that. I guess depends what you want to talk about instruction. There's a lot of me getting after guys during the game, but maybe those will come here in the near future. I was blessed this past summer coaching you, did a video on our team at a practice session we had in Nashville that was really good, and it kind of gave everybody an idea of how we go about our day-to-day in regards to our practice setting.
Let's talk the 4-Pete. What went into making that success happen?
4-Pete, a lot of hard work, a lot of good players, a team that buys into what we are trying to push as coaches, and myself and Coach McCord. And it's not easy to get picked to win it every year, and then to win it every year. But we've been really blessed to do that the last 4 years. And again, we have another opportunity this year to win our 5th consecutive regular season championship and going for 3 in a row in regards to the conference tournament championship. So, man, I've just been very blessed as a coach so far, as a player. You know, I joked with John Painter, our SID, the other day, and I said, you know, we've won 32 conference championships altogether, 18 regular season, 14 conference tournament championships, and I've been part of it as a player. I've been on part of it as a player and coach on 19 of those 32. So I've been just really blessed and lucky to win a lot of championships.
So your team's faced a lot of adversity this year. Starting off, before you even begin the season, you find out star player RJ, he's out, and then you go to Belmont, you give them a little bit of a scare, and then just a couple tough losses after there. How has the team bounced back from those injuries? Yeah,
I think, you know, the adversity of everyone, every team will have adversities throughout a year. Ours started early in the summer, knowing that RJ had torn his ACL, and you know that was an all-conference player who was very valuable in our stretch run last year. And then, you know, you're going to have adversity throughout the year, but that's what makes you a better team, a better player. And for me, everyone's like, man, you probably wanted to take back those 2 losses early in the year to Averett and Berea. I really don't, because that's what's made us win 10 of our last 11 games right now, right? There was a lot of things we needed to clean up and get better at. And the good sign for this team is every time we have lost this year, we have bounced back the next game with a win. We have not let 1 loss become 2. And that's the mark of a team that has pride of what, you know, they put out on the floor. And so I'm really proud of our guys for dealing with the adversity. You know, we lost Jackson Garner this year at Huntington, which is our 2nd leading scorer. He was having his best season yet. But those are things that happen, and you know, that's why you recruit a lot of good players. So hopefully the next man up can have an opportunity and hopefully do better than the other guy who has left a void.
So you've had 4 All-Americans in your coaching history and a potential for a 5th. Can you tell us just how special Reed Kemp is?
Reed Kemp, really special. One of the things I'm really proud of, it's the non-basketball stuff. Reed has really grown as a leader. He's been a little bit more vocal this year than he was last year. And, you know, he's had to overcome coming into a situation where he didn't know anyone. And you know, he came to us from a Division II school in Missouri Western, and he signed with us in July, which is really late. So he had to make friends, you know, and his teammates on the fly. And but he's done an exceptional job. He's a prolific scorer who scores in bunches, who gets everybody's best punch every night because everyone's trying to stop him, and he's just very consistent with his, you know, the capability of him being very productive game in and game out. But it's a testament to his hard work before practice, after practice, and how he prepares each and every day.
How about those clutch threes from the freshman Jamal Ware?
I teased with JP the other day. I said the first one he hit, it was like out of nowhere. Now it's you better find him because he's no longer coming out of anywhere. That was kind of corny, by the way. But the funny thing about that is he has had the courage to take those shots, and both of them have been different shots. The first one he hit at Huntington, the game was tied. You know, honestly, anyone can take that because at the end of the day, you miss it, you're more than likely going into overtime. The one he took Tuesday night, down 2, you miss that, game's over. And he did, you know, he lined up, set his feet up, let it fly, and it was definitely a great win. You know, a lot of guys go their whole careers without hitting game winners. The young freshman has been lucky enough to now hit not 1 but 2 game winners.
Yeah, and we hope to continue seeing that this season and throughout his career. Let's talk a little bit about the incoming SAA transition. As a coach, once that happens and after next season, you'll have been coaching in 3 conferences.
Yeah, it's different. All leagues, you know, present different challenges. You know, the USA South was a league that had some really good teams. We were able to win in that league. We come into the CCS, and so far we've gone back-to-back championships in the CCS. You know, the teams may change, but our standard continues to be the same, and our standard is to continue to develop our players so we can have have championship seasons. And for us, nothing will change. The travel may change, the colors on the jerseys may change, but the same thing stays in regards to how we approach it, how hard we work, and then just giving ourselves an opportunity at the end of the year to compete for championships.
Yeah, speaking of the colors of the jerseys, I hear maybe there's some work behind the scenes on some jerseys for the Scots.
Maybe some logo changes maybe as well. May go old school and find some unique Scott images, logos per se. But yeah, man, we got to bring the. I played here about many moons ago, about 20 years ago. We had some really cool all black jerseys, and I think our new athletic director has given the okay to see some graphics about them, and hopefully we're gonna be able to seal the deal and hopefully have black jerseys by next season.
Let's talk a little bit about facilities upgrades. You got the new floors, new goals. The video board was installed last season. How big are those from a recruiting standpoint?
Yeah, the improvements that we have had here in our facilities, in my opinion, are top notch. Our film room is beautiful. It doesn't matter what level it's at, whether you're talking D1, D2, or D3. It's a great room. Our 3 new floors, it's just beautiful to see our orange and garnet out there with the light wood, and the scoreboard has given a new feel to our game day experience for not only our players but our fans. And we also redid the locker room. So from a facility standpoint, our program is very blessed to have really good facilities, and I hope that we can continue to upgrade not just the basketball side of it, but hopefully all the programs within our department. But just very fortunate to have a great alumni base. Our alumni base for the basketball program, which I can speak of, is top notch. They definitely give a lot, and it provides us not only with better facilities, but better athlete experience, because we're able to travel all over the country and play in some really big tournaments.
So with the installation of the new Jumbotron video board last season, when you first looked up to the board during a free throw shot and saw your face up there, what went through your mind?
Well, man, obviously it was a good choice, because you definitely want to have an ugly mug up there to distract the free throw shooter. So you did a really good job of that last year. It caught me off guard a little bit. It was probably a right look. I look better from a lefty look. No, I think I shared that with you. I think what you have done so far here with us and in improving the game day experience has been great for us as a program. And anything that can bring a smile or a laugh to someone, I'm all about it. So yeah, the frog, Dr. Coker's face, there's been a lot of crazy stuff out there, but definitely it's been worthwhile.
Let's talk your right-hand man, Coach Jeff McCord.
Teammate, that's the first word that comes to mind. We were teammates here in our Sweet 16 run. When he was a senior and I was a junior, I transferred in here from a junior college. We made a Sweet 16 run, and he's one of the all-time best winners, and it has continued with him as an assistant coach here. We've been part of now, again, many championships together as players and coaches, and I couldn't do this without him. He wears a lot of hats. I give him the freedom to be himself, which I know he definitely appreciates. And I think you can't be a successful program without a great assistant coach. And it's hard for me to even call him an assistant. I feel like if he really wanted to, he could be a head coach himself. But he does a great job of knowing his role. He did that as a player, and now he's doing that as his coach, and he does his job really, really well. And I'm very fortunate to have him. So, obviously, this episode is going to air past this, but Senior Day is coming up this weekend. Just how special have the 4 seniors been to this program? Yeah, I spoke about that today. My 4 seniors, and Darius Martin, Hayden Treadwell, Malachi Chip, and Reed Kemp, those guys have won almost 80% of their games so far throughout their career. They're part of 3 regular season championships, 2 conference tournament championships. They were part of the in the D3 hoops era, that's the best ranking we've ever had. We were 11th in the country a couple of years ago, and just an unbelievable mark they have left in regards to winning, how to approach things, how to go about it, and also not just on the floor, but in the classroom. Hayden Treadwell and Malachi Chip, Reed Kemp, they've been exceptional students, and I'm so proud of Darius too, because every year he has gotten better, and each one of those guys at some point in their 4-year tenure here have helped us win games, and that's what it's all about. But at the end of the day, great people that are going to be very successful in the game of life.
So I've kind of said to a couple people around here, we could make a whole series out of your talk at the scorer's table.
My talks at the scores table, there's some good people. My man Jake, who just joined us, I think he's enjoyed our talks. Just as the game is going on, everyone is heated, and I'm Joe Cool out there. I'm Joe Namath out there. I've had great conversations with JP, John Painter, as the game is going on. But yeah, man, the game is serious, but it's not that serious either. And I enjoy what I do for a living. I don't take it that serious in regards to, man, it's a game, and it's meant to be fun, and I definitely try to have as much fun as possible with it.
So just recently, legendary coach Wes Moore was able to come to your practice. What did that mean to you to have him be able to visit, and just the insights he shared to your team? Yeah,
we have a great tradition of former coaches who started their career here, Wes being one of them. We also had Rick Byrd, who's also a Hall of Fame coach, who started his career here. And, for those guys, I've stayed in touch with Wes, and then obviously with Coach Byrd since we played Belmont this year. The great thing about what I try to gain from those guys is, the great mark of a coach is the consistency throughout your career, right? Anyone can have 1 good year, 2 good years, but can you consistently stay the course and be successful? And those guys have mastered that. Not been good at it, they've mastered that. And yeah, Wes came through practice. He was recruiting a local young lady here in town, and he passed by, and he gave us a very simple but very true. In February, you want to leave no regrets, and you want to empty the tank. And that's honestly, that's as good as advice as you can get. This is the time of year where you got to let it all go, and then hopefully have a chance to play for a conference championship and an opportunity to get into the NCAA tournament. What are you looking at the rest of the season, going on those away games rest of the season, and then into the conference tournament? Yeah, I think like anything else, regardless of what happens this weekend, you're always trying to grow and learn, and we are trying to continuously do that now. 80% of the season is over and done with, so about 20% of the season is left, right? And then if you're fortunate, you may get a couple of games in the conference tournament, and if you're even more fortunate than that, get into the NCAA tournament. But our job is to continue collectively and individually to get better. So you're striving to, although you're not reaching that perfection, you're hopefully catching excellence on the way. And that's what we're trying to do here down the stretch, is make February better than January, and that's what we've been trying to do. Our December was better than November, January was better than December, and hopefully February now is better than January. Well, Coach, I want to thank you so much for being here. For our listeners, if you haven't already subscribed, make sure to do that. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to hit the notification bell. Thanks for listening, and go Scots. Go Scots!